Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Poco M2 Pro. I have been using this phone for past 3 months, and in this video, let's check out how it holds up and whether it's worth buying or not. Switching from the Note 4, the first thing I notice is how big this phone is. Poco M2 Pro is a giant phone. It weighs around 210 grams, which makes single-handed use quite difficult. In my 3 months of use, I got quite accustomed with its weight, but still, carrying this phone around is quite a task, especially if you had small hands. So this phone comes with a Gorilla Glass 5 front and back, which has become quite rare in its price range. And in my 3 months of usage, phone dropped once or twice from around 1 feet height, and I had 0 scratches or dent on the phone. So yeah, pretty well built phone, and I don't have any issues with the build quality. I only wish that they had a matte or a textured finish at the back, as that would minimize the fingerprints. Also, it would have gripped better. The buttons on the Poco M2 Pro are quite tactile. Power button also doubles as a fingerprint scanner, and it is quite fast and accurate. Also, the haptic feedback on this phone is best in the segment. Moving on to the front, we have a massive 6.67-inch IPS Full HD Plus HDR10 display, and I don't have any complaints. Screen gets pretty bright. Of course, there is a standard 60 Hz refresh rate, but it's not a big deal for me. Viewing angle is also very good. There is some screen bleeding issues near camera, but it's not that much visible, and it is a lot less than the other Xiaomi phones. Poco M2 Pro recently received the MIUI 12 for Poco update a couple of weeks back, and the update is pretty stable. MIUI 12 brings lots of new changes like a new control center, a new redesigned settings app, new camera UI, and my favorite, floating window. All these features are good and are exclusive to MIUI 12. Plus, as it's Poco, there is almost zero ads in the UI. Still, I prefer stock Android-like experience, and thankfully, since Poco M2 Pro shares similar specs with the Note 9 Pro series, they share the same ROMs. It had a very good custom ROM support. The only issue is that there is no official custom recovery available as of yet. Hence, device get encrypted most of the time while flashing ROMs. I already made a couple of ROM videos for the Poco M2 Pro. I'll make sure to link it down below. Performance on this phone is also top notch. Day-to-day tasks works like a breeze. Also, as it's a 6GB RAM variant, RAM management is also decent. I had 30 plus apps installed on the phone, and phone works as smooth as day one. I had tried a couple of games including the PUBG before the ban, and the performance is pretty consistent. Considering its large display, A+ performance, this is one of the best phones for gaming and media consumption. I can easily get 9+ hours of screen on time, which includes some light gaming, scrolling through social media sites, some phone calls, and attending classes through Google Meet. Thanks to its massive 5000 mAh battery, plus there is a 33-watt charging support. I generally put my phone for charge at around 15-20%, and it took around 40 to 45 minutes to hit the 75 to 80% mark, which is enough for my 1 day of use. One place where I didn't expect this phone to do so well is the cameras. This phone has a quad camera setup, which includes 48 megapixel primary, 8 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth. Photos comes out pretty detailed and well exports. Surprisingly, macro shots also turned out to be really good. Of course, low light shots are not up to the mark, but there is a Gcam for that. All 3 lenses are working with Gcam, so yeah, I am pretty much happy with the cameras. Wrapping it up, I must say this is the perfect phone for me. I want 2 things in my phone, battery and performance, and this phone checks both the boxes. I got this phone in the very first sale for Rs 15k, but recently for the big billion day sales, it is getting a 1k price cut. Plus there is a 10% discount on credit and debit cards that bring the price of this phone to under 12k, and I think at that price, it's a steal deal. If you are comfortable with the heavy weight and slightly inferior camera, you can go with the Poco M2 Pro. You won't be disappointed. That's been it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until then, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys in the next one.